How to come back from a setback at work. That's our topic today. How to come back from a setback at work. Resilience, right? We all want to be resilient in the workplace. Of course we do, right? And we all know that things happen. Sometimes they're really small things, but they really get to us. And sometimes they're huge things, and we're thinking, is this the end of my job? Is this the end of my career? And I want to tell you that you can set yourself up for a comeback after you've had a setback at work. And there are some things that you can do to smooth things over and be seen as a valuable team member. Because guess what? You are valuable to your company. If you weren't, you wouldn't be there. And you are a team player. So you just want everyone to know that. So the first thing is that we're talking about anything, guys. It could be something so small as uh, missing a deadline. That could be major. So, but it could feel major, but small as, I don't know, you're upset because you didn't get the vacation time that you asked for, or you're upset because you feel that you didn't do your best job in a presentation, what have you. There are all kinds of things that we know that can cause us to feel like we're having a setback at work. And so one of the first things that we need to remember is that asking questions, becoming curious about the situation, portrays a um, confidence that I am on the team. I am interested in, I am vested in the outcomes for our organization. So really get in there and get curious. Who, what, when, why, and where, and how can I serve becomes a major part of a comeback when there's been a setback, either real or perceived, at your job. So really getting in there and being a team player. And I say that, and on the heels of that, I want to say this. There is a tendency when we have a setback at work, real or perceived, to go hard. And, we're just in there, we're burning the midnight oil. We're, burning the candle at both ends, as they say, and we're neglecting our sleep, we're neglecting our meals, we're neglecting physical activity and exercise and time with family and friends. And I want to tell you, while I am a big proponent of giving it 110%, what I know is this, is that in order for you to give at your highest capacity, even when you perceive there to be a setback at work, you must fuel the machine. The machine is the body that we live in, it's the machine, right? So you've got to make sure that you're getting enough sleep, right? There's a tendency to stay up at night worrying about the situation. You got to make sure that you're not skipping meals. There's a tendency to work through lunch. I know I've done it myself many, many times, but get that, lunch break, try to move away from that computer screen just to get some downtime for a moment, and continue to get physical activity, because all of these things will reduce the stress response. And the stress response is the thing that makes us feel more unsafe in the work environment than what we really are. It inflates everything. It makes everything look like 110 on a wrong scale, right? So you want to make sure that you're getting enough rest, eating enough, and exercising enough. And that, believe it or not, will reduce your stress hormones and increase your ability to be creative in the situation. So that's so very important. So, and also your self-talk. Your self-talk, make sure your self-talk lines up with what you want and not what you don't want. If you've been following me at all, you know that we talk a lot about that, right? Lining your self-talk up with what you want and not what you don't want. That's important. I encourage you to get a network of friends. A network could be one other person. It's good to have at work a mentor, maybe in your company or another company, that you can bounce ideas off of, not trade secrets, not company information, but just general things about how to move professionally in certain situations. So that's a good idea to have. But outside of that, you do want to have at least one other person that you can talk to openly, and they will have a caring and loving and understanding but objective ear. So that allows you to vent. It's not a good idea to vent at work. So as much as possible, we want to be able to express our opinions at work and our concerns in a very pleasant manner that is non-threatening. So that means that we may not be able to do it right now in the heat of things. Always remember to breathe, to breathe, right? So when you feel like there's been a setback at work, one of the first things I coach people to do is touch your belly area a little bit, or your wrist area, right? Where you'll be taking your pulse, but just touch it lightly so that it's, not obvious that you're doing anything. And that reminds you to breathe. Deep belly breaths. Slow exhale, right? If you're in a meeting, making sure that it's silent so that it's not, too obvious, but that centers you so that you can hear. Listening is key. When you feel like there's been a setback, I talked in the beginning about going to this place of curiosity: who, what, when, where, how can I serve? Right? How can I be part of the team and get into restoration mode, whatever that is? Because this is what I want you to know, is that you are valuable to your company. If you weren't, you wouldn't be there. They want to know that the people who are on their team are committed to their success. And by asking questions, you show that. By taking care of yourself, you allow yourself to become more creative. By having someone outside of work that you can vent with keeps your conversations positive and forward thinking at work. Right? Those things are so very important. So this is Dr. Drayvon James with Everyday Peace with Dr. Drayvon James. And I can't overemphasize this: remembering to deep belly breathe. Deep belly breathe. These things work. We're talking about internal work to produce an external bounce back, resilience at work. If this video has been helpful to you, I encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe. Please also share this video with anyone that you know who may be experiencing some challenges at work. Sharing is caring. When you send the video, it reminds that person that someone cares about them and has their best interests at heart. I'm Dr. Drayvon James. This is Everyday Peace with Dr. Drayvon James.